Okay, this video is going to show you how to do an assembly file. So in Inventor, I've got my 5 parts, and we're going to put all 5 of these parts together. We're going to assemble our puzzle in Inventor. So you can see I colored a couple of these parts already. This will be helpful when we put it together. So if you want to choose a color for your parts, if you click on the puzzle in our browser, and then at the top in the middle, the adjust button, we can adjust its color. So you can click anywhere on the color wheel, or after you click the part puzzle, you can go to the drop down where it says default, and these are some default colors and textures for different things. So for example, we could do machined aluminum, and you can kind of see it gives it not just a color but also a texture that aluminum would have. Okay, so we have our 5 puzzle pieces, so we're going to assemble this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the eye in the sky, and then go to new, and then we're going to find an assembly file. So we're going to choose the right one. I think we may actually want the left one. Let's do that again. New, yeah, let's go with this one. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to import our shapes. So we're going to hit place, and we need to find our puzzle pieces. And you can see this is a side view or the front view of one of my puzzle pieces, but if I didn't want it like this, you can rotate it in any direction. So that may be helpful to get it in the right spot that you want it. So it kind of depends on your situation. In the long run, it's not going to matter, but it may be helpful to get started here. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and it disappeared. Let's try that again. Okay, so there's my part, and every time you click it, it will add another part. So obviously there's only one piece, so hit escape, and the other part goes away. So now I need to import another piece. So we're going to hit place, and then part 2, and put that one there, and hit escape. So in my puzzle, this top part here fits right here. So in order to put this together, we're going to use the option called constrain. In order to fully understand constraints, I'll explain this in class, we have to have 3 constraints. One for the x-axis, one for the y-axis, and one for the z-axis. And basically what we're doing is we're going to glue this part from here to here. But Inventor only lets us glue things one axis at a time. So if we say glue this face to this face, that will keep it in the z-axis, but it'll glue it in the y-axis, excuse me, but not in the z or the x, so it'll slide around. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to constrain, and we have 2 options. We can mate or flush. Mate is like if we glue 2 things together and we want to join them. Mate is when we want things side by side, and I'll show you both. So we're going to start with the mate, and we're going to click on 2 faces that we want to constrain. So I want to click on this one and this one and mate them together. So don't forget to hit apply every time. So I can drag this one around, and it doesn't look like I did anything, but if I change my perspective, you can see that those are together. Okay, and again, we're changing our perspective a lot, but these are staying in the same plane. Okay, so we need to do some more mates, and let's get this a little bit closer here. Okay, so this is facing the wrong way. I want this face right here, this one, to be connected to that one. So we're going to do another constraint. So we're going to hit constrain, we're going to do another mate, and we're going to do this one with that one. And there we go. So we're almost there. So we hit apply. Don't forget to hit apply. We hit escape. That'll get the constraint thing away. So now we can see it's almost there. So I can move this one up or down, but I need to constrain it in all three. And we could do another mate if we wanted to. But I think the best one for this one would be a flush. I want this to be flush with that one. So we'll hit constrain, and then flush, and then I want these two surfaces to be flush with each other. Hit apply, and now they're together. One thing that we do want to do, if you we have two pieces, we're going to ground one of them, and that's going to tell Inventor that that is our base. So we're going to click on our puzzle piece number 1, select ground, and now our first puzzle piece is grounded. And now we can't click and move them around. So now they're locked into place. Okay, so that is how we do constraints. I'm going to do one more, but basically you're just going to do that until your assembly is complete. So I'm going to place one more. So let's do part 3. Nope, let's do part 4. Okay, and I just need one of them. So after you place it, hit escape, we're going to constrain. And for this piece, the bottom of this piece is flush with that part. But I could mate this side with this side. There we go. Now it looks like it's all set to go, but after I hit apply and escape, so if I can click it, I can drag it around a lot. So it's in this plane, but I need 2 more constraints. So you always need 3 constraints for any part if you don't want it to move. So we're going to do a flush constraint and make those. Hit apply, and so we can see we're almost locked into place. So what we really want to do is we want to mate the bottom of this one to the top of this one. So we're going to constrain, mate, do sometimes you have to zoom in so you can get the view that you want. If you hit shift and the middle button on your mouse, that's really useful. There we go, hit apply. There we go. So we can see our puzzle piece is coming together. So I'm going to stop the video here and show you how to do a exploded view next.